Welcome back to another video with your favorite ER technician, steveioe, and today we are going to be talking about constipation.
You're gonna want to hear this.
People come into the ER all the time thinking they are dying, but it's really just constipation. So, what is constipation? It's when you can't poop. It's when your poop is stuck in your bowels and it can't move no matter how hard you push. You push, oh, is that poop? Nope, it's a hemorrhoid, you're fucked. People do come into the ER for constipation, but let's get one thing straight. If you haven't pooped in an hour, you don't need to come to the ER yet. If you haven't pooped in several days, still, don't come to the ER, call your doctor. If you haven't pooped in more than several days and you're in pain, okay, come to the ER. We have some tricks up our sleeves to unclog your smelly, disgusting pipes. Constipation medication. If you come into the ER for constipation, the first thing we're gonna do is give you some medications, like a stool softener or a laxative. This is because your poop is probably dry and it can't move. It's stuck in your bowels and it can't wiggle its way out into your anus. Imagine this dry sponge is your constipated poop. This is going to be very hard to move through your colon and your intestines if it's this dry. You see how hard it is? You see how terrible that sounds? You don't want that. What medications can do is hydrate your poop so it moves more freely. Dry sponge, a little bit of water. It's expanding, oh. And now, oh, that feels so much better that it goes through your ass. It slips right through. Oh, look, there it is. It's poop and it's not a hemorrhoid. Ta-da! That is what happens when you take medications. See? Medications like stool softeners and laxatives will help draw water and add fiber into your intestines to soften your poop so it's easier to move through your bowels and out your butthole. Fun fact, these medications that we give in the ER, you can actually buy over the counter. Look at that! You don't even have to come to the fucking emergency room. It's the same medications. It's right here. But remember, you still have to follow the instructions on how much to take. Don't come watching this video and just be like, oh, steveioe told me to. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He told you that these are available for you to purchase because you are an adult and you can do this without the emergency room, okay? Me, personally, I'm on the road all the time and I can't always get enough fiber. I personally take Metamucil pills. They clump my poop together, they make it moisturized so it slips through my butthole easily. This is not a sponsored video. I actually use this shit. The instructions say to take about 4 to 5 pills 4 times a day. I don't need to do that. I take about 3 of these once a day. That's it, and it does wonders for my shits. How much did I pay for these medications? Miralax, $15. Senokot, 20 bucks. Metamucil fiber pills, my favorite, $16. A trip to the ER, possibly thousands. And a traumatizing experience. Another thing I like to use, coffee. I don't know the science behind it, but it fucking works.
Yes, science!
Now, if the medications are not working, what do we do next? Enemas. An enema is when we stick a tube up your bum and literally try to hose your colon and soften your poop so it can come rushing out. Ooh. The first thing we'll do is ask you to change into a gown. We'll get you out of your clothes so we don't make a big mess. We'll ask you to change into a gown. We will lay you on your side and give you plenty of warnings before we stick the tube into your bum. We're not just gonna surprise you. We're not just gonna be like 1, 2, got you. You thought it was on 3. Boop, 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 boop. No, we will warn you there will be lube on the tube for your pleasure. Once the tube is in your bum, we will allow fluids to flow freely into your colon. You are going to feel a lot of pressure because we are filling your little booty hole with a lot of fluids. And here's the hard part.
That's what she said.
Once all the fluid is in your colon, you have to clench and hold all of that good fluid in your butt for as long as possible. Like an immigrant refugee escaping their communist country with the gold in their butt. Clench and hold and hide it. Shout out to mom and dad. What we want is for all that fluid to suck into that hard-ass poop that's stuck in your tubes, loosen it up, and the longer it stays in there, the better it is to loosen. Now, after, say, 15 minutes, or as long as you can hold it, we are going to try to get you to the bathroom. Hopefully the bathroom is close. We're gonna get you to the bathroom, you're gonna have to walk with that fluid in you. And once you get to the toilet and you're able to let all that good, wet, sloppy poop out, it will sound like this. Here is a good example of a professional giving an enema.
Let's review SoapSud's enemas. These are larger volume enemas. Start by placing your client in the left side lying position with their upper leg flexed at the knee.
It's a
This
boy.
is the left lateral Sims position. Fill the enema with SoapSuds and warm water. Never too hot or never too cold. Now hang the enema above the client, allowing gravity to infuse. The tip of the tubing is pre-lubricated, but add more lubricant to the end of the tube, about 3 to 4 inches.
Always
Insert
lube.
the tube into the rectum, then unclamp the tube. Be sure to communicate with the client to make sure they're not experiencing any discomfort. If they do, simply slow or stop the infusion until it resolves. Now once the infusion is completed, clamp the tube and remove it. Instruct the client to hold the bowels for 15 minutes, but longer is better, even if they start feeling like they need to have a bowel movement.
Yes, there you go. Perfect example of an enema. Now, enemas are not common for young people. Let's just get that very clear, okay? If you are in your 20s, in your 30s, it's very uncommon that you're gonna be coming to an ER and we're gonna be giving you an enema. In the ER, I assist with a lot of enemas for older people. People who don't really have control of their bowels and their muscles anymore, or something's going on that, is now fucking with their stomach. Just to be clear, if you are a young, fairly healthy individual, we're not gonna stick anything up your ass, unless you ask us to. Now, just like the medications, you can do an enema at home. Ta-da! You can buy these over the counter. You don't have to come to the ER to give yourself an enema. You could do it by yourself. This is what it looks like. There's a solution in here, there's a tube in here. You can guess which goes where. You stick it in, you squeeze the bottle, keep that liquid in you for as long as possible, and then when you're finally ready, get your ass to the toilet and let it rip. This is here to protect the tube so it stays sterile. I'm gonna pop that off. Let's see how quickly this squirts up. Oh, that's some good pressure. It tastes like a flat 7-Up.
Stop it. Get some help.
These are $1 a piece. I got 4 for $4, and that's not even on sale. That's just how much they cost. Come to the ER, won't be $4. But remember, always read the directions on how to use it. Digital disimpaction. The last thing the ER can do to help with your constipation is a digital disimpaction. That is when a doctor uses their finger to manually scoop the poop out of your rectum. It's like picking a booger, but for your anus. Is it uncomfortable? Yes, for all parties involved. Now, if you are a patient who occasionally likes the finger up the butt during adult playtime, try not to let us know. When the doctor has their finger up your bum, try to pretend like you hate it. Even if you like it, do us a favor, pretend to hate it. Because from my 10 years of experience in the ER, I know that most of you really enjoy this. But we are not here for your pleasure today. We are here because you are constipated. And if we still can't get that poop out of you after everything we've done, the last thing we can do is send you to the OR and surgically remove the poop, like an emergency C-section or your poop baby. We don't want to get there. Digital disimpaction. Pretend this is your colon, that's your anus. This is where the stuck poop is. If the doctor opens up your gown and sees there's poop right here, and he sees that he could stick his finger in there and scoop out some of that poop to help you poo, this is what he's gonna do. He's probably gonna have gloves on. He's gonna take his finger and he's gonna try to scoop out some of that poo as little and as gently as he can so as not to rip your little anus. And as soon as he gets enough out, it's free! That's what happens at a digital disimpaction. Sometimes. And also, funny thing, sometimes when we stimulate your anus, it also causes you to poop. Odds are, if you come into the ER for constipation, there are things we can do to help loosen up your poop so we don't have to do a digital disimpaction or surgery. But the moral of the story is, drink your water, eat your vegetables, and stay the fuck out of the ER. And while you're out of the ER, since you have so much time now that I've helped you poop, you can come see me on tour. Dates and ticket links are in my bio. Hope to see you soon. Bye, motherfuckers.